Hi, this is Kirk O'Connor and welcome back to our tutorial series on how to use WordPress. And today we're going to be talking about how to add an image to our WordPress post or page. In fact, we're going to look at the About Us page and how to add an image to that. We have pre-formatted our image to a certain extent, so for those of you that want to learn a little bit more about pre-formatting images, we have a previous tutorial which talks about preparing your image for WordPress. Very important that you take a watch and a listen to that to understand the sort of things you should do before you upload your image to WordPress. However, we've done all that, so we've actually logged into admin here on another tab and we're in the About Us page here. So we just go into the visual editor to make it a bit easier for you, and you can see there is no image in fact in this post. So the first thing we do when we want to add an image is position our cursor where we want to, or on the line I should say, where we want to add that image. Now this doesn't mean we position it at the end of the line, we should position it at the start of the line, even if we want the image to be right justified. Once we have our cursor in the right place, what we're going to do is to click this little icon here, which has the tooltip of add an image. So let's just click that and we notice a box comes up, a modal window, which is giving us some options. Now we can add an image from our computer, from a URL, so from another site perhaps, or a server. From our gallery, we've got a gallery running on this site, NextGen Gallery, and that has some images. From our media library, and our media library contains all the images we've previously uploaded to this site, or as I said, from NextGen Gallery. So what we're going to do is we're going to upload an image from our computer. So if I click this link here, which is the default, and if I click select files, it will open a dialog box that shows me my computer. Now I happen to know that the image I'm after is this one here. Notice the name I have for the image, called Clients Magnet. I would try and make the name of your images relevant to your search engine optimization so you get some value out of that. Just a small thing, but every small thing helps. So I'm going to click that one and add that in. Now it's uploading the image now, and it's going to give me some selections that I can add to the image. Alternate text, always a good one to put in because Google looks for alternate text. So once again, from an SEO perspective, I'm going to put some text in there that's relevant to my site. And a caption. Next one is a caption. A caption, if I add a caption, it adds some styling, commonly a border around the image like a photograph and a caption under the image. So I'm going to add that. And you'll see how that comes up. We can add a description. And also a link for the image. So if the image is clicked, it will either appear on a new page or else it will appear in a lightbox if we have particular plugins installed. So we'll show you that in a minute as well. Or if we don't want anything to happen to when the image is clicked, we can click none here. Or we could add a URL if we want the people to be sent to another page when they click the image. Maybe it's a prompt or a call to action. We could add the URL that we want them to move to. Our next link is, or our next selection is alignment. We can have the image with no alignment, left, center or right. I'm going to click it to the right, so it's going to be right aligned. Now the next one is size, and that's pretty obvious these are our standard sizes, and these can be changed in your WordPress install, so you mightn't see necessarily the same sort of size as I have here. I'm going to show you a full size image just so that you can see it and you can see how we resize it if it's a bit too big. So The next thing we can do is we can then insert it into our post. So we're going to insert it into our post. What we have to do first, of course, is we have to update our page. So we're updating our page here back to our About Us page, and let's just refresh that. So we will see the image, and there is our image that we have sent. But you can see that it perhaps doesn't work because it's just a bit large. Notice the text has ran around it automatically without us doing anything, which is quite a nice feature. So let's go back to our editor, and what we're going to do now is click on it here and click on this little link here that's going to allow us to edit our image. Now we have a number of things we can do here. We can make it a bit smaller. We can change our alignment. We can change some of the other settings we've set, but we just want to make it a bit smaller. So let's just update that. And once again, if we save it, back to our About Us page, and if we just refresh our page, you can see that it's got significantly smaller, which is much better looking in this article. However, we can do some other things to it as well. If we go back to it again, what we might do is take our caption out just to show you without the caption, and once again update it and change those changes in the database, and once again back to the page and refresh our browser, and you can see that that looks a lot better without that border. Now, just before we finish, what we'll do is go back to our editor and show you some of the advanced settings just to show you what else you can do. Here's our advanced settings. This is where our image has been saved to. So we could perhaps manipulate that if we wanted to, although there's probably very little reason that you would want to do that, because that would, if you change that, you wouldn't see the image. We can add some classes here for those who do some HTML. They could add some class to their style sheet and then change the class here so the image shows up differently. We could add some styles here. We can add a border and some space around our image. We have some advanced link settings here where we can put some additional items into our title or our class, which allows us to do some different things with our image, or we can open them in a new window. Things that probably most people wouldn't use. You might use the link rel for something like a shadow box or a light box. If you are trying to have some images that come in a light box come up in a light box, and some that don't, the images that you want to come up in a light box, you might add your code here. There is any number of things you can do, but we're not going to do that. So we go back to edit image. We might just show you if we in fact move that to the left, just to show you how that works. Once again, update our page. Go back to the page and refresh the browser, and you can see that has moved to the left. Now, if you want to remove an image from a page, very simply what you can do is click this button here and the image is gone. What we can do is restore our image. So we're going to add our image again. This will show us where it is in the media library. This time we're going to go to the media library, and it was the last image in. So there is our image. If we show that and we insert into post, and this time let's insert it into the center, and we click update. Go back to our other tab and once again click refresh, and you'll notice now that we've put it in the center, the text is staying underneath it. So very quickly, that's how to add images. I hope you've enjoyed this quick WordPress tutorial, and I hope you get some value out of it. This is Kirk O'Connor, hoping that you take a look at some more of our WordPress tutorials. Thank you.